This is first time I did the Cayo Perico finale completely in stealth. I didn't take out any guards. Just snuck in, got the loot, snuck out. Elite full loot bags. I was able to do it because I ended up with 2 paintings in the office. Actually, I had a pretty good setup if I wanted to take the long fin into the north dock, and there was a supply truck there. There were bolt cutters. There was enough to fill loot bags, and um, supply truck was there. So I was initially going to do that, but then when I went to the communications tower and checked out what was at the compound and saw that there were 2 paintings in the office, and I knew I could fill up my loot bags with that, I decided to give this a try. So here we are going in through the drainage tunnel. I had kind of figured I've done this enough that knowing the timing of where all the guards are, I should be able to sneak around them, get behind them, um, and and I did. So normally I would obviously take out that first guy, but I don't need to if I'm just trying to sneak in and sneak out. So the first check was on this courtyard guy. I could see that he was at the far end of the courtyard, so I could just hop the fence and work my way around. And then the guy at the front door of the office, I had to wait for him to leave, and I know he's going to go into that little alcove, so that I just wait till his back is to me and I could sneak past him. And then the next guy, he never turns around, so I could just sneak past him. And I know that the guy at the top of the stairs does make his way around and then faces out. I didn't know if I could sneak behind him, but I wanted to give it a try. So I'm waiting here, and I crouched down just to be a little bit quieter. I don't know if he could hear me if I walk too loudly. So he's just looking the other direction, and I just sneak right by him. Say, oh, excuse me, I'm going to sneak right by you here, and head up to the office. So I'll clear out the safe, take the 2 paintings, and because I didn't take anybody out, I didn't have a chance to get any gate keys. That means I need to access the basement from the elevator in the office. So it takes a little bit longer because there's an extra set of fingerprints to do the fingerprint cloner on. Again, if you've done it enough, you're pretty familiar with how to do the fingerprint cloner. So it doesn't take that much longer to do, but it does take a little bit longer. So here we're just cutting out the 2 paintings that were in the office. And that fills up the loot bag. These paintings fill up 50% of a loot bag, so 2 paintings equals full loot bag. I could have, if I had not tried to go in with the submarine and do this completely stealth, I could have actually ended up with more from the secondary loot with what was out at the north dock, but I decided to give this a try and see what happened. So we're just going to kind of speed through the fingerprint cloner here, just matching everything up. So that going through the elevator on hard mode, there are going to be 4 fingerprint sets that you'll have to match. It's going to take just slightly longer, but not too much longer. So elevator down. And it was the tequila bottle, so it's the lowest level primary loot. So, again, money-wise, this wasn't the best score, but I was able to do it without taking anybody out. So I'm going to speed up here a little bit through cutting through the glass. Now, on the way out, I just wasn't sure if everybody was going to still have their back to me. My first concern was the guy who had walked down the stairs, and I'm looking at the map, and it looks like he's still just facing out, and he is. So I'm going to try to just sneak back past him again. Hope he doesn't turn around. Hope he doesn't hear me. And it looks good. So then, I think the next guy is also still facing out. The guy who was at the door and went to that little alcove, he does go back and forth, so I had to check and see where he was. I see that he's in the alcove, so I'm hurrying up just a little bit because I know at some point he's going to turn around and come back. I'm also looking and I see that the heavy gunner, the Juggernaut, is all the way at the other end of the courtyard, so I don't need to worry about him. I just come to the right side of this fence here because there is a guard who would be, I would be in his cone of vision if I just went up the stairs. So now I'm at the exit point for the compound, and I just need to get off the island. Now, normally, if I'm doing this solo, I'd take out the guy on the motorcycle and ride his motorcycle over the cliff and swim until it's done. But since I'm trying to do this without taking anybody out, I just run past him. And I know there's going to be one guy who's going to walk on that trail up just past the helicopter, and I can see where his cone is at the left-hand side of that mini map. So I'm just staying outside of his cone, and then I head up the hill. A lot of times I go all the way to the point. It does seem like it's a little bit shorter swim, but every now and then I come off that cliff just wrong, land on my head, and I die. And so I don't like that. So I've started coming off the shorter side of the cliff here, where I can almost run all the way down it and not even need to jump. Here I almost made it all the way down, just kind of slid the last little bit, but safely into the water. And it seems like a slightly longer swim than the other direction, but doesn't make that much of a difference once you're safely in the water. And that's it. That was first time I've done this without taking anybody out. It's definitely a benefit because you don't have to worry about if a security camera or another guard or somebody's going to come across a body that you left somewhere along the way. So, not sure if I'll do this again. I kind of need the right setup like I had this time, but it was kind of fun. It was neat to try something a little bit different. And here with the elite bonus, it gave me just over $1 million to complete the heist. And it is heist month on GTA Online, so I contributed a little bit to the community challenge. So I was happy to do that as well. Well, there it is. Cayo Perico, solo, elite, 100% stealth.